It's Bob and Tom Tonight, starring Chick McGee, Christy Lee, Josh Arnold, Ace Cosby, Pat Godwin, Willie Griswold, and Tom Griswold.
Now, a couple things happening. We're still taking Veterans Day requests right now. I'm looking at the Paul Newman-esque blue eyes of comedian Greg Warren.
I love Baby Blue
Eyes. Oh, Greg.
He's a handsome man.
Greg.
So nice to see you.
Hey, guys. How you doing?
Good.
Now, Greg, I have
Yes,
a question. How could you lose your laptop? Would you care to go over any of that at all?
A little drama.
Oh, did that happen?
Yeah. I was 3 stops yesterday. My brother's house, a coffee shop, and my dad's house. And then at one point, I looked in my car, and my laptop was not there.
Oh.
It was in a backpack that I keep it in with other stuff.
Right.
And so I flipped out. I went and checked everywhere, and it wasn't there.
Oh.
And then I got an email about 3 hours later from some lady. They found it on the street.
The street?
Yes. Either it came out of, like, it fell out of my trunk or was on my roof. Or
what? Both very plausible.
Oh, so I mean, you
could happen.
You put your backpack on the roof of your car and drove off.
Maybe while you were unlocking.
It
the
could have
door.
happened.
Yeah.
It could have happened, but I don't think so. I think somebody. I think I didn't have my door locked when I was at my dad's. I just went in just to play with a dog for a few minutes. I think somebody took it out of my dad's, out of the car at my dad's, and then ditched it. Real close to my dad's house.
Really?
Sounds like the work of a punk to me. Is what that's.
Was anything
You know what? Willie, I thought the same thing. Are you familiar with these guys?
Oh, these punks are always running
punks.
around.
Oh, they're punks everywhere.
Well, Christy has asked the relevant question. Was anything missing from the backpack?
No, nothing's missing.
No, then
then
it
you
wasn't
left it
stolen.
on the
Then you
top
left it on
of
the
your
roof of your car.
Yeah.
No, Tom, because it looked like I keep my receipts in there, and like they were all strewn about.
You mean when
So I
it
think
fell off
somebody
the
was-
car?
No, no, you would have had to go into this pocket, unzip the pocket, and pull them out.
Well, that
it
can
looked like
happen,
somebody was looking for cash.
And then
I've seen it.
and then
I've seen
wait a minute. I'm sorry. Then they put the receipts back in there?
No, they weren't. They were all jumbled about.
Yeah. You think somebody opened the laptop, read some of the material you've been working on, and said, "Forget this," and just dropped it back?
That's quite possible, Josh.
Saw the photos. I know that's happened with some of my notebooks I've left in coffee shops.
Yeah. And some of the stuff I'm working on lately, I wouldn't have kept that laptop.
Document about the history of
God awful.
If someone stole it, wouldn't they just walk off with it and take the laptop?
Did Willie just take a shot at the Warren Report?
Yeah, he did, man. I think Willie has become a punk.
I think he may be a punk. I'll tell you guys another thing. It's not my week. My website's down.
Did you leave that on top of your car?
Yeah.
Have you ever heard
I
of
don't
this,
know
Greg?
the technology.
When it rains, it pours, huh?
I haven't heard that, but man, that's apt. Apparently some a phishing website has attacked my computer, which
Like Bassmasters?
I think so, John. I'll tell you what. I think it might be Babe Winkleman or Bill Dance or Roland Martin. Those guys have been trying to take me down forever.
Roland Martin has a real grudge against you.
He does.
Man, I love Bill Dance.
But oddly enough, Bill Dance does not dance.
No, he doesn't.
Isn't that weird?
Hell of a fisherman, though.
Oh, he'll throw. He'll
His
throw a
blooper
lure. Yeah.
reels are fun.
So
to watch.
let me ask you this.
Oh, sorry, Tom.
So was your preparation for today's show on that computer?
Please say
It
yes.
was.
Please say
Yeah.
yes.
But I've got it. I've got it here, guys.
Okay.
What is
Apparently
today's
the,
today's topic?
That's great news.
Today's topic, Tom, is
Look who's all business all of a sudden.
it's the ThighMaster, Tom.
The
The ThighMaster.
Wow.
Yes.
Suzanne Summers.
At last, we tear the roof off this.
Just to give you guys some numbers up front, it's reported that Suzanne Summers made $300 million from the ThighMaster. $300 million. And just to put that in perspective, ThighMaster, $300 million. The movie Puppet Master, $8.5 million domestic box office.
Sure. But it spawned many, many sequels.
It did, but still,
Direct-to-video,
we're not at 300, Josh.
No, we're not. We're not.
MasterCard, valued at $297 billion, so a little bit bigger than Suzanne.
Sure.
The Masters, $142 million last year.
Wow.
Which, I think somebody missed an opportunity there. That golf course down there in Georgia is used like once a year.
Yeah.
They never could have had the ThighMasters. Hello, friends. I'm Jim Nance, and welcome to this tradition really unlike any other. We're going to go straight to 17. Thank you, Jim. Suzanne Summers appears to have a metal contraption in between her legs, and she's moving her knees together and then apart and together. She doesn't show any signs of slowing down, Jim, and I, for one, hope she does not. I can only wonder what Mr. Furley would think of the pageantry of this. The ThighMaster was invented by a young lady named Anne-Marie Benstrom. She was an intern in Sweden, and she was on her way to becoming a medical doctor. She invented it to help rehab skiers that had been in serious accidents. Anne-Marie was a little bit famous. She started like one of those first spiritual retreats, fitness retreats out in Malibu. She was on the Tonight Show a lot. Check this out. She was the first one to put calisthenics to music. She called it Jumpin' Jiminy.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah, Jumpin' Jiminy. That was the predecessor of Jazzercise, which I think they got that wrong. I mean, I'd rather do Jumpin' Jiminy than Jazzercise. Watch this. Hey, Josh.
Yeah.
This Saturday, you want to come over to my house and Jazzercise?
Man, I'm busy. I got to help a buddy move.
Okay, what about Sunday? We do some Jumpin' Jiminy.
I'm there.
And Saturday, though, was Miles Davis night.
Tom.
Kind of blue.
Jazzercise, they had the brilliant idea of taking exercise, something that nobody likes, and combining it with jazz that nobody likes.
Well, it's about the workouts you don't do.
yeah.
I see.
Oh, nice.
I see. Yeah, very good.
Although they did corner the market on bumper stickers.
Yeah, they had those for a long time.
There was an era when that was the only bumper sticker you saw, the Jazzercise.
Yeah. A guy named Josh Reynolds bought the rights to what Anne-Marie called the V-bar. He changed it to the V-toner.
The V-bar.
Yeah.
That's a little...
Well, it's shaped like a V. Don't be...
Exactly.
It's not for vag?
No,
apparently not.
it's shaped like a V.
I mean, you think...
It was originally designed
Guys,
for all muscles. Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause
Sophomoric, I would say, Christy.
yeah.
That's why we're
Sophomoric,
picking
thank
up on
you.
it.
Wait till we get to the C-bar.
Oh, boy.
Does that stand for crow?
No, it doesn't. Josh Reynolds, heir to the R.J. Reynolds family.
Yeah.
Which, I think he bought a piece of exercise equipment so he could keep people alive a little bit longer to smoke his daddy's cigarettes. But Josh, he jazzed it up a little bit, or should I say Jumpin' Jiminy it up a little bit. He added some color to it. He covered up the springs and sold it as an all-purpose portable gym. Didn't do that well till he partnered up with marketing guru Peter Byler. Peter got his start Procter & Gamble. I've been telling you guys for a long time.
Yeah.
Great men start at Procter & Gamble. Peter said, let's focus on one body part. We'll name it the ThighMaster. By the way, Peter's wife, some actress, said, women don't care about their thighs.
Wrong.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Wrong.
This is why I never got married, guys. It just nobody wants to hear a joke about a flute. Key figure in the ThighMaster, Ronald Reagan.
Oh, is that right?
Yes. I figured Tom would know this. The Reagan administration deregulated the length of commercials back then. So that's how you got these 30-minute infomercials. Thanks to Ronald Reagan. I have a Ronald Reagan impression. You guys want to hear?
I'd love to.
Uh-oh.
Well, what do you think?
Dead on.
Hey, that's
Dead on.
Not bad at all.
Thanks, Josh. Thanks. Also,
that was the first inauguration. Now do the second one. That's good. That's dead on.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, my other impression that's similar. You guys remember that show Alf?
Sure.
Oh, of course. Yes, yeah.
Remember Willie the father?
Yeah,
Love that show.
Yeah.
Here's Willie. Alf.
These are dead on. These are sort of,
Yeah, pretty good stuff. Wouldn't you say?
Max, what is that guy? Max Wright. Yes.
Yeah, dark side to that guy. Don't Google him.
Oh, there it is?
really?
Oh, yeah. Max Wright?
Gets a little weird.
Why did you have to bring
Okay.
that up then?
He and Jeffrey Jones in a club.
So they got this thing together. They called it the ThighMaster, and they thought they had to find they needed a spokesperson. They needed somebody good looking, and they actually looked at Joyce DeWitt, Suzanne's co-star,
Very attractive.
on Three's Company. Very
Very.
attractive. Kathy Rigby, Olympic gymnast. Linda Gray. Do you guys know who that is?
From
Dallas.
Dallas.
Yeah, from Dallas. I got to
was
be
pretty.
honest.
Sue Ellen.
Would not have minded seeing her in
Master
those
her
ThighMaster
thighs. Yeah.
commercials. Yep. And Bruce Jenner back when he was Bruce Jenner was somebody they were thinking about. So they decide on Suzanne.
Okay.
Peter had worked with her before, and they go to Suzanne's house and they show it to her, and she loves it, and they make a deal. And on the way out, Suzanne says that she whispered in Peter's ear, "Peter, we are going to make so much money on this."
Yes.
At which point, if I were Peter, I'd been like, yeah, I don't know why we're whispering. That's kind of the goal of this.
We don't need to keep
This is
secret.
not something we need to
This
need to
isn't a
keep secret.
non-for-profit.
It's a stated objective, as a matter of fact. I got to be honest, though. If Suzanne Summers ever whispered anything in my ear, I would be extremely turned on.
Yeah. She could whisper, "I'm going to kill your dog."
Yeah. Or, Greg, you're not funny. Oh, that's hot.
That is. Thank you.
Take off the
Thank you.
restraints.
Yeah, thank you very much. They shot the commercial on the night of the first Desert Storm invasion, actually.
That's an odd fact.
And
Yeah.
I could have gone
that's
all
what you
day
get.
without
That's what you
knowing
get with the Warren report.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Stuff you don't want to know.
information.
Yeah, right.
Some of the miscellanea.
Guys, I watched the commercial, one of the first ones, and my favorite part of it was there's like a guy, like a distinguished gentleman in gray hair, and he has like a white lab coat on. They're on him for 2 seconds. Yeah. And I guess he's obviously the doctor. He goes, "I recommend it, and I use it." And then they're off of it. At which point, millions of Americans were like, well, I see this is a medical device.
Wow.
Suzanne actually wound up buying the rights. She bought them out. It's her company.
Oh,
Yeah,
and
she's
they
still
asked her-
selling them.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah.
And they asked her how many she has sold. And she said, I stopped counting at 10 million,
Wow.
which I think that's a valuable piece of information if you're a business owner. Like, you need to know top line sales, Susan. It's there's tax liabilities and things like that.
Yeah. You can teach her something.
Yeah. There's some spin-off products. The ThighMaster is probably the most famous.
Oh.
They reversed the tension, and this is a real thing. And their slogan was, "Tired of feeling like a big tub of lard? Use the ThighMaster and you'll get nice and hard."
Wow.
Yeah, and I got to tell you guys, I sold Crisco shortening for several years for Procter & Gamble, and we went up against tubs of lard down in the Rio Grande.
Yeah.
You say what you want about them, they are a tough competitor, especially down in the border towns in Texas.
Sure.
Tubs of lard are extremely tough, guys.
Greg, I was known as the ThighMaster
Were you?
in
Is that right?
in my local KFC. I would walk in and here he comes.
Yeah.
Here comes the ThighMaster.
Here come Josh. You like that dork meat?
Greg, we're going to have to come back for the closer.
There's not one.
Okay.
No.
Okay. All right.
I'd do that Reagan impression again if you like.
Please.
No.
Greg Warren, on November 25th and 26th, the Funny Bone in Butler County, Ohio is how they're describing it. I don't know. They keep switching it around.
Cincinnati, Liberty Township.
Cincinnati.
December 1st through December 4th at the Funny Bone in St. Louis. Other stops coming up include Omaha and Columbus, Ohio. We'll talk to you soon, Greg.
Bye, Greg.
Thanks, guys.
Get up.
Right now, we're going to check in with comedian Reno Collier.
Either move to somewhere else in the house or clean up your garage.
Yeah. What is that?
Once again, Reno calling from his garage.
They won't leave. They won't leave.
Who's in your house?
Remember?
I've had people in my house for 3 weeks. They're my step grandkids, and there's 7 of them. And my next door neighbor saw the 7-year-old in the back porch with a dog and goes, "Are you enjoying your visit?" And he goes, "Visit? We live here now." And I'm
boy.
Uh-oh.
This is terrible.
Okay, well,
it's something special.
So I guess whenever you go shopping and you come back with a bag, you stack them up there right behind you, huh? Looks like you got a few hundred of them.
Yeah, I chuck them. They're Aldi's.
Yeah.
Very, yeah. You know, that way you don't have to buy them every time, but then I forget them, so they stack up into piles of 800.
Right.
I do that.
How's the temperature down there, Reno? A little chilly?
It's getting colder in the garage as this goes on.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
The ironing board is a lovely color of brown.
You know what would warm up the garage? Why don't you start that car? See what happens.
Thought about it.
Yeah,
I bet you have.
I bet you have. Yeah.
I just need someone to keep hitting the gas so it doesn't take so long.
So you don't have an end date on that, huh?
All right.
No, the painters just can't seem to get it done. 2 days turned into 3 weeks, and
Oh, boy.
yeah, I'd love to tell you the name of the company, but it's probably illegal.
So these folks are having their house painted, and that's why they're living at your house.
Yeah, and I feel bad for them too. They have a dog that's bigger than Bo, and they're just prison going at it constantly, and it's not easy on anybody.
Now, are you on the road this week?
Yeah, but I'm doing corporate stuff in Birmingham, and then I'm flying to Denver Thursday, and then Nebraska.
Cool.
Yeah. So it's busy, but I don't have to sell the tickets, which makes it so much easier.
Okay.
You know?
Okay.
You going to go see Larry at the compound in Nebraska?
No, I'm just going to go do my show and head back to the house. It's not by his house. Nebraska's a big state, Josh.
Long.
Boy,
Lots of
didn't mean to bother you, Reno.
I'm just kidding, dude.
Sounds like somebody would say, "Hey, Larry, I'm in the Nebraska area. I'd like to come by." Hello?
Yeah.
Larry,
the cable guy, of course, has a much bigger garage than the one you're currently living in.
He sure does. But it probably is just as messy. So
I believe that.
Yeah.
He just has, instead of Aldi's bags, he has tour buses stacked up.
Yeah, filled with Prilosec.
He doesn't have a 2-car garage. He has a Cars 2 garage. It's all the money he made from Cars 2.
Very good.
It fits 22 cars.
Well done, Willie.
Very good indeed. Now, Reno, you have a very special segment that you call, is it the Country Fried Take?
Country Fried Take. Yes, sir.
What do you got today?
So in this day and age, as in all previous generations, you hear older people complain about kids who are a bunch of entitled, spoiled brats. And they are, but it's our fault. We've raised them as a generation to think they are entitled and owed a life without real struggle. They can play Little League, lose 32-1, and then be given an award and celebrated like they did something courageous for trying. And they did do something. They sucked. Sorry. I'm living in the garage. Give me a break. That's a terrible lesson to carry into adulthood. If you work as a teacher, take your class on a field trip, and come back with one of 33 kids, I promise you won't be celebrated for just getting the one. You have to learn at a young age. Sometimes you win and sometimes you lose, and be taught how to be good at both. If you make excuses for your kid, like the only reason you lost the game was because the referee sucked and it's unfair, and you know, it's not your fault, Timmy, you'll be saying the same thing to him in 10 years about the judge. Oh, Timmy, the only reason you're going to jail is because the judge sucked. When you get there, remind them you're allergic to peanuts and like your head rubbed while you fall asleep. Well, guess what? one of those things is going to happen, and you better hope it involves peanuts. Not to mention, we learn more from losing than we do winning. If you want your kid to display empathy, they need their ass kicked to have the ability to know what it feels like for things not to go your way. If your kid's in a position to help a friend in need and the worst thing they've ever been through is they have to take a bite of pizza before they finish their cake, your kid's advice to the other kid is pretty much limited to screw them. Do what I do. Just come completely unglued and go off the rails in a public place. They'll give in. Oh, yeah, they always give in. And now there's two peckerheads off to the races, and it goes and it goes. I was behind a mom and a dad with a van full of kids in a fast food drive-thru, and something was wrong with their order, so someone threw the drink back in the window at the employee.
Oh.
Now, first of all, you're an idiot for treating people who handle your food like that. I've worked in restaurants and seen what happens to food when customers are jerks. One restaurant I worked at, the cooks called it adding the hot mustard. To this day, I don't know exactly what that is, but I'm pretty sure you don't want it in your mouth. Secondly, that's a human being working to support themselves and their family. Just because you're looking for someone to dump on because your life sucks doesn't mean you're some burger queen. You think the drive-through people like listening to your dumbass kids screaming in their headsets? Then your brat kid gets a 9-piece with only 8 in it and you throw a drink at him? You want to know why your kid's a dick? Because you're a dick. I don't know which parent chucked it, but I can tell you this, the mom had on workout clothes, and apparently the parking lot was too far away to walk in the restaurant and handle it. And if it was the dad, you should be ashamed of yourself that I can't tell the difference of who threw it. You just showed all your kids how to react when there's a minor screw up. How about if that happened to you at your job, lady? You're getting ready to sucker all your wine mom friends into some neighborhood pyramid scheme. You put out your pigs in a blanket and you're short one, and one of your day drinking friend yells out, "You shorted us one, you old hag," and rifles a White Claw at your head. I do a scenario for the dad, but judging by his throwing motion, it would be the same story. I just think it's unfair to blame kids for acting one way while many of us have shown them by our example that it's actually acceptable. Kids learn from our actions, not our words. And if we want to change the tide, it starts with us. Let's encourage them, because eventually we're going to need someone to wipe our ass and change our diapers. And if we don't teach them empathy, we'll all be sitting in it. I'm Reno Collier, and that's my country fried take.
Thank you,
Very
Reno.
nice, Reno.
Well done.
Thank you, my friend.
Oh, boy. Well, Reno, we're going to
I live in the garage.
let you get back to your garage. And say hi to Larry the Cable Guy for us. And,
I'll tell him you all said hi.
okay,
Yeah.
very good. Thanks, Reno.
See you, Reno.
Thanks, guys.
Watch the entire show live or on demand at bobandtom.com.
Hey man, this is Donnie Baker. If you just like that video, then do your part. Like and subscribe. You have to. It's state law.